Hey pals! Once again, I would like to thank you for 3K subs. If you don't see your question here, it's for one of 3 reasons. 1. I already answered something very similar. 2. I didn't get to it in time. Or 3. It wasn't creative, nor was it funny. Take that in whichever way makes you the angriest. Shall we begin? Static Spark says, congrats, glad to see your amazing stuff reach more and more people. Question. Out of every genre of game, FPS, RPG, fighting, etc., which one is your favorite? Thanks! Also, Halo Part 2 when. I'm getting really excited about voicing the ball. On to the question. I would say that I really like character action games. The ones with high skill ceilings and in-depth combos while being challenging but fair. Ultra Kill, Devil May Cry 3, 4, and 5, Metal Gear Rising, and Fire Emblem 3 Hopes are just a few examples. Strangely enough, I didn't like Persona 5 Strikers. It's just that in order to do combos and max out damage, you need to constantly be entering and exiting the metaverse, and it just gets annoying because the UI isn't nearly as optimized as the original game. But I will say, the music goes hard. I'm planning on checking out Hi-Fi Rush 2. Rhythm, while not being my favorite genre, is very fun. Bullets per minute, Beat Saber, and Trombone Champ, just to name a few. Nikita Lebedev asks, favorite genre of music, if any? Any artists/bands that are good examples of that genre? I personally find that I really like video game music. Persona 5, Rivers in the Desert, Life Will Change, I Believe, of which has a lot of meaning to me personally, since I deal a lot with escapism, and I'm not getting into it here though. Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Apex of the World, Tearing Through Heaven, God Shattering Star, The Color of Sunrise, the last one being my favorite going to sleep song. Every single boss fight music from Sonic Frontiers, my favorite being Breakthrough It All. That one's severely underrated personally. Ultra Kill, naturally. War, Order, Pandemonium, Requiem, The Death of God's Will, Tenebra Rosso Sangue, etc. Devil May Cry, Bury the Light, Virgil 2, Devil Trigger, Subhuman, Devil's Never Cry. Kirby. 2 Planets Approach the Roche Limit, Crowned, 02, the one from Star Dream's boss fight, and some various overworld levels that I don't really care to mention right now. But for artists I consistently listen to, that would be Little V, GA Metal, or Game Metal, I don't know how to pronounce it, Go, Light Up, The Chalk Eaters, I love their stuff, Family Jewels, Toby Fox, Man on the Internet, and Keygen Church. And Hikita, obviously, but I felt that goes without mentioning. The Fiend Cats Rule asks, will you accept my round of applause on reaching this milestone? No. But I will accept a cube of applause. Ego Nog asks, what hobbies do you have besides games? Art, programming, a sport, etc.? I personally like to draw in my free time. I draw almost all my thumbnails on my own. Though I will mention if someone else does the work for me. The art program I use is Krita. It's an open source program that does everything I need it to. Here are a few of my weapon designs. I don't want to show most of my other works, because I am planning on using them for a game. I'll go more in depth about it when I'm further along with the creative process, but I have a plotline, concept art, and ideas for set pieces. Mixed Narwhal asks, favorite color and favorite drink? I like teal, it gives me good vibes. And my favorite drink is cold water. Why SpaceSeal? Question 1. Any reason for the space and seal thing, or is it just there? I've answered this question many times, but I'll do it again. I saw some YouTube channel with a very similar name, Space Hamster to be specific, and I liked the idea. So I stole it and changed the word to seal, because it started with the same letter. Meteor Mashup asks, what? Oh, wait, I already read that. Oh, and what is your favorite game you haven't made a video on yet? Good question. I would really like to make a video on 2 games. Stardew Valley and Devil May Cry. Any of like 3, 4, or 5. Stardew Valley is because I have no idea what I can do to add to the conversation around that game. And Devil May Cry is because I'm lazy and won't sit down to write a script. Diggity asks, question 2. What is your favorite weapon in Ultra Kill? I personally like the rocket launcher. I really like the core eject shotgun. It makes me feel really good when I properly align a core with a falling enemy, along with the various tech that is possible with it. It's also just underrated. Luar asks, you deserve it, man. Honestly, keep up the good work, mate. You make us proud. Anyway, question. Do you have any intention on making a video on Turbo Overkill and Borderlands? I don't mean to completely shut out the idea of making videos on those games, but currently I am not at all interested in checking them out. Gert asks, you can change something from any platform, YouTube, Discord, etc., or game, Ultra Kill, Team Fortress 2, etc. What would you change on what game/platform? I would make it so that more mature content is not punished on YouTube. And by that I mean more violent games will be allowed. YouTube Kids does indeed exist, YouTube. Grimblue asks, do you think that Ultra Kill will ever have an L is real moment, such as a V2 scare, or will there simply be nothing in his place? What are your bets on the yellow arm being from a source machine or an angel? If there's one thing I've learned about Akita, it's that I cannot predict what he's going to do. But I think he's going to troll us in some way by adding a secret V2 boss in 7.4 that gets crushed by Fumo Akita and restarts the level instantly. I'd laugh my ass off if I saw that. About the yellow arm. Neither, actually. My idea for it was a shield that blocks incoming damage and requires a recharge after use. However, its main use would be to push enemies around, and it would also deal damage with dashes. And if you dash at a wall while you have it out, any enemies caught in its range would be crushed between you and the wall. It takes stamina to do that, so it's not horribly unbalanced. However, I have very little experience when it comes to game design, so I have no idea how this would be out. Sorry, I misread my script. So I have no idea how this would be imbalanced. But it sounds like fun. I plan to get more experience in game design over the coming years, so hopefully I'll be able to mitigate this issue. And maybe I'll be able to use it in my own game, potentially, possibly. NeilX86 asks, which Ultra Kill level do you despise the most? Very common opinion, but my least favorite level is 4-3. It's a very cool concept, but I don't have as much fun tearing through it than I do in 1-3, for example. The music, while not bad in the slightest, doesn't get me quite as pumped as I would like to, and I barely notice it. If you like 4-3, then more power to you. It has good concepts and a lot of challenges, but personally, I don't find it to be my favorite. Gian asks, hey man, congrats. You deserve it and a lot. Hope to see more content of yours in the future. And as for the question, what is your favorite video games till this date and why? In no particular order, Ultra Kill, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Persona 5 Royal, Stardew Valley, Subnautica, Dune 2016, and Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Zapshao asks, what are your future content plans? Currently, I'm working on a couple of videos. A redo of P-2 Slam Only, I found a way to get past it. Slab Marksman Only, I have had that one on the back burner for quite a while, and I am unsure if I even want to finish it at this point. An SCP Secret Lab video where I dick around. It's mainly a time thing holding that one back. A full Subnautica series. It takes like a lot of time to make one of them, so expect a few weeks between each of the episodes. And a bridge version of Devil May Cry 3 or 5. Mainly laziness. And fishing. I'll let you figure out that one on your own. And plenty more meme videos since I've been gathering more clips. Red Baron 291 asks, what inspired you to do Ultra Kill content to begin with, rather than another game? This is a long story. For a while, I did TF2 clip dumps, and I was getting very bored with them, because it's just doing the same thing again and again and again. And frankly, I didn't want to be known for TF2 content. And I was inspired by a previous attempt at branching out from that, of which I scrapped. It was a Halo Combat Evolved plasma pistol only video. It was awful, and I never uploaded it, and it is lost to the annals of time. But I decided to apply that kind of idea to Ultra Kill. And I thought that the thing that would be the most fun would be a fist-only run. But that had been done a lot, so I decided to do something unique and only use the feedbacker. That video blew up, and I decided to milk the concept for all that it was worth. And somehow I am now one of the bigger Ultra Kill content channels? How? I'm just a shit poster on the internet. SL4TS. This person asks, well deserved. My question is, what software do you use for audio while making your videos? The main program I use for voice work is Audacity, a free program that does what I needed to do. You might need to install a few filters to get full usage out of it, but it's decent on its own. And to get sound effects, I typically go onto YouTube and turn on my screen recorder, and then hide the audio effects behind other videos. The Neat Penguin asks, what's your favorite and least favorite levels purely in terms of aesthetics? My favorite level aesthetically has to be 6-1. The rest of the game already subverts all expectations to what hell's supposed to look like, so having a level so very clearly being hell and reveling in it is so fucking good. I love the bright red sky, the towers in the distance, the music, the architecture, the mist covering what is to come, Gianni telling me to come, penis. Least favorite, 0-4. At this point in the game, it's been 3 levels of the same stuff. And I get that it's meant to set expectations for later on, but it gets boring at this point, for me at least. GT Sawcast asks, does the drill mod in Ultra Kill have a use? As the leading member of the Screwdriver's Rights Foundation, it has multiple uses. It prevents mind flares from teleporting around, allowing for easier insta-kills. It allows you to damage an enemy that has a lot of health without paying attention to it, allowing you to focus on more pressing issues. It makes it incredibly hard for you to die. It can theoretically last forever with screw parrying, and you can have 2 on the field at once if you screw parry properly. Fluffy Faven asks, what is your favorite seal species, or favorite seal individual? Oh, my favorite species of seal have to be leopard seals, which I designed my current logo around, actually. They are incredibly dangerous and are really cool, but like, look at this thing. Tell me that you can take this thing seriously. It looks so goofy. And for my favorite seal individual, gotta be my buddy Eric. Alex asks, would you say you like trees or fungus more? Alternatively, do you prefer squids or snakes? This is important. That's actually a tough question. Fungi are cool. They seem like fun guys. And I really like snakes. There's not a single thought in this man's head. And that's it. That's all the questions I gathered because I would like to actually be able to get this video out in time. Anyways, hand reveal at 10K. Get out of my house.